I'm Nancy with Ladybugs, Flowers, and Rustic Decor, and today we're going to be making a horn of plenty. I have made one already, and a lady that I grew up knowing, she bought it from me and she really liked it. But anyways, you can look on my Facebook page and you will see it. But first of all, we're going to go ahead and just show you that I cut chicken wire. I cut it a little narrow up here, a little broader down here, but I'll show you in a little bit. But this is the basket that I'm going to use to put it in and my other stuff in to hold it. So I love the basket, but I want it to be a darker brown. So I'm going to paint it. I'm about out of brown paint. I've got to go get me some. And what I'm going to do is paint it with brown, but put a little black with it to make it just barely a dab of black. I'm not going to put it with it until I see exactly how, because I might have to end up adding some white. It looks like I was going to have to use all that black if I wanted as dark as what I want it. I want it darker than the jute that I'm going to use to wrap around the horn of plenty. And I have to add a little more brown now. Alright, we're going to dip our sponge, and now you got my bigger one, and you know it, they soak it up too. I'm going to start on the back side first. I got this basket at the Nest, which is in Moulton off 157, right across from almost where you would turn to go into Walmart in Moulton, Alabama. And she's really got some really good stuff up there in her little shopping place. Anyways, we're just going to keep on. You just dab it. And it don't have to be perfect neither. Nothing I do is perfect. It's like it ain't wanting to go in the little cracks. But that'll make it look even more rustic. And that's my goal. I hope everyone's having a good day. I am, but I've got stuff scattered myself from here, there, and yonder, from my house to inside my shop that's just right on the outside of it. I need to get it organized, take one day and get everything organized the way it needs to be. I'm just going to keep on dabbing. And you can kind of see it's not covering it all. fabulous. But it's covered in enough for my liking. Everyone don't have the same taste. Some people don't like rustic stuff. They like more modern. But I like rustic. This might have been easier just to not dab it today and just paint it on with my sponge. I think I'm getting a little further with it that way. I am going to go ahead and do the bottom, even though you're not really going to see it, but we don't want it to be not kind of matching. And like I said, I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just going to have some of the lighter in with it. So if you're like me and you like it to be rustic looking, that's the way, really, you need to do it. We'll go ahead and dry it real quick. Alright. And I'm not going to paint the whole inside. No, I might as well. I wasn't going to, because I am about to run out of this brown paint. That was a glob, it fell down. I didn't have none of my paint brushes out here because at night, late at night, I like to sit and paint on canvases. Not good at it, but I like to do it. By far good at it. Alright, well, I was going to say start dabbing it again, but we done discovered that this is better just to rub it. Some stuff you dab and some stuff you can just kind of paint it on. And what I'm worrying about the most is around the edges, because the rest of it's really not going to be seen. There we are. We're going to dry it real quick. And then we're going to set it out of our way for a second. That don't matter. You want it to be good and tight though, as you're doing it. I'm going to cut this piece off, that way I don't have to come back down with it. And glue it on. several. Go ahead and put me some more string. To look funny looking. I'm pushing it downward now. Gluing it on. I'll have myself sneezing. Alright, you take it and put it down in that little dip. That burnt. Get it glued. And just start wrapping it again. And that part we're going to need to go over several times. Because it is sunk in. Now we're going to keep on going on down. But I'm going to glue a little more. I'm not going to touch it this time. I was just starting it. And even some of them little thimble looking things. Just keep on wrapping it. Glue it as you want, or you think that it needs to be glued. Gluing it. And I do see a little bit of hose, but I know down here at the end I'm going to put some burlap on the inside and some Spanish moss, so it's going to cover that. That. There's our horn of cleaning. Now I wrote this way, that way, like you can see it right there. But I'm fixing, like I said, put some burlap on the inside of it. Just kind of work it. This is a little loose, so I'm going to snip it and then glue it. Get it tight. And do the same on the other side. Yep. All right. Let's get our burlap. Here it is. I don't know how much of just the plain. I've got some that's got like white lace in with it. It ain't gonna take that much. So we're gonna, if we need more, we can cut more. But I don't think it's gonna take that much of it to go. It's going to stick to that tape. What I'm going to do is just pull it outwards a little bit. Where it's kind of hanging. Snip my ends. my little scraggles. I'm going to take it and I'm going to glue it to the outside of it, just barely lapping it over it. Turn it around where you can see. I'm just barely gluing it. All the way around. Where we're covering up where I didn't get the rope. I think that's good. Let's see all the way around it on this. Because this will be sitting on the bottom. Glue that up. Where it's not hanging down. And there we are. There's our horn of plenty. And what we're going to do next is our basket. And we're going to put it in. To see which way we're going to want to set it. Which I'm going to put some foam down, floor foam, to lift it up out of this basket somewhat. I think it kind of needs to be like that. That way, you got this area, this all the way around it. Try to get it even. That's what I think. Pieces, and it's not perfect, but you're not going to see it. And to where I can stick some flowers, leaves, the fruit I'm using, and the foam, and it stay. I won't have to glue as much. I'll glue some, but I won't have to glue as much. So here we are. And the first thing that I'm going to do is just see how much I'm going to have to glue this one because it come apart from it. How much room I'm going to have from my fruit and vegetables. And I also need to put down my Spanish moss that I wasn't thinking about. If you craft, you know it gets messy. Messy. You don't have to put a lot down because you're going to kind of, so you are going to be gluing. You're going to be kind of covering most of it anyways. This is just kind of give it a more fall look. Put it over here. And you're going to want to cover your sides that's showing, if you're doing it like I'm doing, in a basket or a platter or whatever you're going to make yours in. Put some glue there to keep it. And I'm going to put some right here where I don't have no foam. Take a little more. Just kind of cover all of it. Just a little. Not a whole lot. You ain't got to be covering the whole grain. Just once you add your other stuff in, it's going to be covering it. This just helps a little bit. At my Dollar Trees, I haven't been able to find this, so I guess I need to order me some. I usually just buy every how many bags I see there because, you know, it was $1.25. I don't know if it went up or not. I need to move this out of the way. Spread it out there. I don't have much more. I think I'll have enough for this. Right here in the front, you're going to be covering it more anyways. With your other stuff. Just get your sides and the front piece. And I just love these little shiny ones that makes it look a little fancy but still rustic. Sheet of lace how you want. Ever how you want. If you've got some like this, make sure that's holding down. Then what I'm going to do is just go ahead and find my cutter. I'm just going to kind of stick one back there to give it some color. This is like a dull. It's not real bright. And then I'm going to stick some leaves. I just took it off its stick altogether. I'm going to glue them back here with it. can see. Got your flowers. Kind of them stay up. You want your leaves to be seen too. But you don't want them to take over the fruit leaves. They come apart. Glue it. There we go. I'll just go ahead and glue it down on top of that one. I've got some bigger honeycombs, but it really would take up a lot of the room, so I'm just gonna use my small ones. See it in there. Just gonna stick some, and I did get these little flowers right here at the Dollar Tree. I just like the burnt rustic look on it. Alright. I believe maybe I'll just go ahead and stick my fruit in. I'm going to go ahead and just stick it in first. At least it can come off. Snips. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put our fruit in first. But I'm not going to put this apple so close to that pear. Kind of put it over here to this side. Bring its leaves out where you can see it, because they look so pretty. And they do. The velvety looking. Then we're going to go ahead and stick there's our apple. Piece of corn. What I'm going to do is stick it inside of the corn with plenty. I think that's too long, so I'm going to cut some of it off. Just kind of lay it over to the side. We might need to glue it. Right now I'm just going to lay it there to the side. That way you know what it is. I split these because it was just one whole little piece. Oops. Alright. Just kind of caddy's corner it. Next, these look like blueberries that I'm going to stick in. Beside the corn. I just want them to kind of be up there beside it. And they can stick up. Bring up the leaf where you can see it. And it would kind of cover some of the inside, but you still see your corn too. And your blueberries. They're a little dark, but they're pretty. Next is, this is a different kind of apple. And I'm just going to kind of stick him over here in front of the pear. There we are so far. The corn kind of needs to come up a little bit. My profit was something. Then we also got another pear. And here's some more leaves that we're just going to kind of leave up. Kind of let them just lay over on the horn of plenty. Like that. Sorry I wasn't showing. We're going to have to leave this one down. And glue him back here. We might need to move the apple back a little bit because it is bigger. I think I'm going to. Just move it back here and stick it in. I've got some foam to stick it into. And turn it every which way I want to. Just kind of do it that way. And that way it ain't overpowering the front side. I'm going to pull that corn out just a smidge. Then I got some raspberries. That we're just going to kind of lay up here beside or stick here beside it's got a bunch of little things. Blueberries. Fix its leaves. I want them laying down, right upward. sorry. Still wasn't showing you. So we got our blueberries, raspberries, corn that I pulled out a little bit because it's just hidden inside. And I'm really not for sure what this is, but it don't have a stem sticking out, so I'm gonna make it one. It's supposed, yeah, it was supposed to have one. I had a friend give me these. I've never really used them inside my house, but we might this year. This might be like a plum. So, yeah, I guess it could be. We don't want too much red together. This ain't got a lot. So we're going to stick it over here. And I don't know if it's got some leaves with it or not. But if not, we got leaves. Fall leaves. So we got it stuck over there. I hope you can see it. We're going to go ahead and stick us some leaves right in there, but not to cover up. Nothing. Just kind of stick them to where they're going to lay. I say they are, but once I get another pine cone or so in there, they will. Need one more. To make this leg lay down. We're going to stick some mom in there. It's a little bit bigger. Them other ones are moms too. This is off-white one that I used in the spray that I pasted. That was like today. But not wanting it to overpower any of the fruit, the little shiny fruit. So pretty. Alright, I think we might need to stick a pumpkin, but I'm thinking I'm going to need some smaller ones instead of bigger ones. I could stick that one up there and it not be so bad. We can get that stick going down in there too. And we might just go ahead and bring, even though we glued it, we'll unglue it and just bring it on up here beside the raspberry. Get the burlap out of its way. And just stick it right on up here. That way, you're going to see the pumpkin. You see what I'm talking about. You're going to see that pumpkin over the pear. That ain't glued down good. We hold it down for a minute. Alright. Still might not be. I might end up having to put a stick on the inside of it and put it through the foam. I had a little green pumpkin. Maybe all our fabric. I thought since it was shiny too, we would use it. I had some more sticks here, but they look like they're a little big for that little pumpkin. Maybe not. Stick some glue in there. Here's our little green pumpkin that we're going to put up here in the front of our corn and our blueberry, blackberries, or something like that. I called them blueberries to begin with, but they kind of look black too. Make sure it stays, even if I gotta put some moss around it to hide the glue. We want the fabric to stay on and the little stick to stay in. Alright. So, I think I might bring up the apple as well. I started off and then I do something else. Like that. Put its leaves leaning over here towards the horn of plenty. That way we got our fruits in there and vegetables. Not as many vegetables as fruit, but everybody gets the whole point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this piece of corn on the inside, so I don't guess it matter and just have it coming out. Let's raise up our little blueberries or blackberries where they're not hidden. And all it is, I don't want to hide them. And stick that just back in there. Let me turn it around and see what I think it looks like. I'll get that one berry and kind of stick it out. And then we can still put that leaf in there. That's how it's looking so far. We're going to give us a couple of more of these rustic looking ones. And just kind of stick them to the side to where they'll lay over. And they're not hiding anything. Or you could kind of put them inside there where your pumpkin's at, because you're still going to see your pumpkin. So that's what I'm going to do. Put a few more little pine cones. In behind them, just to give us a little cover. Do one more. I keep on forgetting that it's not pointing downward. I need to get me a camera, a holder that will point downward, so when I got doesn't. So we're going to still get us some more pine cones out. Stick one up there in the front. And another one. Just to, like I said, to fill in. And we're going to do one more right here. In between the blueberries and the raspberries. That one stuck too well. Alright, we're going to take us some of these little yellow flowers and orangey looking. They've already been cut off. I've used some already. I used some in the last one that I made. You just kind of stick it in where you think, you know, any kind of flower that you have or whatever you're wanting to stick in it. Where you see some of that foam to cover it. But like I said, you don't want it to cover up. And I don't think that's going to work out too well. You might have to take it off the stem and glue it down. That way, it's still giving it some color, but covering up that foam. going to do with these. We're going to stick these over here. Just give it a some different color instead of that all just being one thing. Give it a little yellow. Then a little orangey. Red. Filling in. And stick some of that Spanish moss. Get in there beside the raspberries. This leaf is fresh, covering up everything. But I'm going to stick them down in there to hide that foam. Got a little more right there. Take your little glue and just put it down in there. Try not to burn yourself. And then I think I'm going to take me another one of these white Moms. I'm going to take these little ones off and we'll stick them somewhere too. Trying to push up the leaf. Stick it over here. Just all the way down in there. Because it covers a pretty good bit of the foam. If you can see. That glue's strong every which way. Alright. Then we might put that white pumpkin back there since I moved up the apple. Let's see. You have to glue the fabric. I don't know. Let me turn it around here real quick. I think we're going to leave that out and just stick some more flowers and pine cones behind that apple. We do have another orange one, but I just think that'll take away too. But I might stick a few of these. I don't know the name of them, or we'll have something sticking up. Back here. See, it won't be hiding nothing. It'll be in the very back. Go around, see what I think. Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to think of what the name of them is. Name of them are. That one is a little taller. All right. Stick a few of these over here beside it. That way it ain't just everything flat. then I guess I'll stick a few back in this area. I might just stick this. Come off a flower that I had a few years ago and I ain't never used it in anything. So we'll see what we got. I don't want it to overpower that Mom. Here's a few more of these that I am going to leave on this side because these are taller back here. That way you can see them. Bend that a little bit where we go in there sideways for it to go down further. Not be so high. We can throw that in front of it. It's one of these burnt ones. Over there beside it. I don't know why I do that. It's like I'm trying to pull up the leaves and I jerk it too hard. Forgetting that they stick out from the leaves. There we are. Take us another one. Put it in the very back of them to cover up the foam back there. Make sure I get it in the foam. But I still want you to be able to see it. You're going to stick them in there. Because if you got it sitting on your table, your bar, in the middle, you're going to be able to see. If not, then it's still covering where it needs to. That's why I'm doing it. I still think we need a little Spanish moss right there. To cover up that hole. Let's do one of these little buds in there. Give it some more color. It's off white, but it still brings out some color. I put it in that. There we are. One more hole right there. I think I'm just going to stick some Spanish moss in instead of putting anything else. sitting on the fruit. And have it ruined. I have to turn it. Alright. So I think we're just about done. I'm going to stick a couple of these over here since I just took that and that's it. That's not even sticking in there. Let me see what I got right here beside me. And we're not wanting it to stick up just way far. Sorry. I forget about them not having the rubber pieces on, so they make a lot of noise when I set them down. Get one more. Stick it over there. Then we'll kind of stick them together. And there is our horn of plenty. I think it turns out really good. I hope that you have enjoyed the video, even though I'm just kind of off the wall a bit. But I always want you to know that you are enough, always, and have a blessed day. Thank you.